Hey everyone, today I'm going to be going over my 2.0 Reimagined series. Here's all the heroes together. I of course have Stormer elevated so he could fit with all the heroes, and it's kind of fitting since he of course is the team leader. My tier list right now is Furno as number 1, he's my favorite, then Surge right below him, then I would say Breeze because I think she's a very good representation, then Nex, then Stormer, and then Evo as last place. I think he looks fine, but I don't know, he's just not my favorite build. I'll give a very brief once-over of each of the heroes by themselves, but I just wanted you to see them all in this format assembled together. Now for the main attraction, the villains. Jetbug is really cool. He actually might be my favorite villain just because I think he's such a good revamp of the set, especially with the feet. I think they make him very menacing. And then of course the jetpack, I think is a pretty good reimagining of his original jetpack. And I just really like this revamp. And I love how technological he looks on the side. I think he just lost an armor plate. Yeah, that happens sometimes, but he has pretty good articulation in the arms and very good articulation in the legs, and he's definitely the easiest of the villains to pose, and I'm really happy with how he turned out. Nitro Blast is a very good build to me too. He was actually the first one I built, and I really like his cannon arm. I think it's built up very nicely. And then I meant to change his hand because somebody pointed out it was kind of small, but then I really like his feet. I tried to stay original to the sets as much as possible, and so I tried to copy their feet as closely as I could, and that of course uses the original foot but just extends the spikes. And he's a very mechanical looking build also, which is what I was going for with all the fire villains, and I think there's a little bit of a lack of that on the actual sets. One thing that's really cool about him is I kind of did something original and made him very skinny, because honestly Hero Factory sets never really specify too much whether it's a bulky guy or just a normal sized, because they really only had 3 or I think it's 4 body types, and so they never really made any custom bodies. But I think Nitro Blast looks good as kind of a skinny, taller villain. I took his shoulder turret off just because it's kind of getting in the way right now. I really like Triel Dozer. I think he's a good reimagining. And he was actually my favorite set, probably, because Fire Lord wasn't that cool to me whenever I was younger. And he's still not a very cool set to me now. But I really like how this MOC turned out, especially the leg movement with the side piston that reinforces the whole leg design. I think that's really cool. Honestly, all of these guys are very poseable, except Fire Lord is kind of hard. You can get him into poses, but you have to mess with him for a while to get him in a good pose. But as you can see, Triel Dozer is super stable due to the giant feet, and he has his original foot on top right there. I like to do a bunch of nods to the original sets, and this is honestly my favorite reimagined series I've done. I've done a lot of different revamps. I did the Baraki revamps, and I've done 4.0 Reimagined, which had 18 sets that I had to revamp. And this wasn't quite as big of an undertaking with only 10 MOCs to make, but it's definitely the best set of MOCs I've ever made. Now we have the big one. Here's Fire Lord. And I'm sure he has the most pieces overall, and he's of course also the tallest. And here's his shield, which I think is such a good reimagining of the shield. It's kind of heavy, but I used friction adding stabilizers, so he's able to pretty easily hold that in place. The bicep design is really cool to me, and I'm glad I could incorporate those lava printed armor plates. And this Chima chest plate looks really cool to me as well. And then I, of course, had to do something different with the head, and so he has flaming horns instead of the old, just like red spike piece. The gun is not very impressive, but he had to have it. I just really don't like revamping meteor blasters. I guess I could just make a completely different gun, but like I said, I'm trying to stay pretty true to the original set. And his jets look pretty good as well. They might not lift him, but we can't know for sure. Maybe it's a very advanced jet system. As you can see, he stands pretty well. You can put him off at some extreme angles and he's most likely not gonna fall, because he also has big feet, as you can see, and I tried to stay original with those as well. I really like the Vizon heads on his thighs. I think those look really cool. And for the upper leg, it has a decent amount of posability, as you can see. I hate having to use rigging. I didn't want to copy the piston design that I used for Triel Dozer, which is a pretty seamless way of getting an extra joint up there. But I just thought that rigging method with the joints would be fine, because he is supposed to be a mechanical mess, pretty much, like all the other villains. And so I don't think that takes away from him too much. And now I've made a pose with them all. And really, in this series, I don't think the heroes are going to win. They look pretty outclassed to me, at least. And it's kind of hard to see everything. They're all pretty big MOCs at the end of the day. Firelord stands about 13 inches tall. And then most of the heroes are about 8 inches tall. So I would say this series was probably about 4,000 pieces, something around that much. I mean, I can't be too certain, but the part bin definitely did take quite a hit after this series. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Pretty soon the hero build videos will be coming out, and if I can build the villains, then they will be coming out pretty soon as well. And I'm going to be posting a few shorts just with all of the heroes in different poses. So, as always, please like and subscribe. Check out some of my other videos, and thanks for watching.